Hello, hello, hello to all of my Capricorns. This is Queen Amun-Ra coming to you with your Sunday reading. This reading is for the 7th of May through the 7th of June. We are coming up on the last quarter moon phase in Aquarius, so we're going to have some questions for that, so we know every Sunday are questions. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're coming back, thank you for returning. Let's get into it, Capricorns. If you have not had an opportunity to watch the full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio video, please go back and watch that. The lunar eclipse, I'm explaining in those videos. I think you all had 2 videos for that. Some signs actually had 2 videos for that. I'm explaining the difference between a solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse, and how the ruling planet of Scorpio, one of the ruling planets of Scorpio, which is Pluto, which is currently retrograde, is really going to help you through that process. And if you haven't had an opportunity to watch the Pluto retrograde video, you can also watch that as well. Let's get right into your reading. Like I said before, Sundays we have questions. Let's get into it. All right. Don't forget to set your intentions every single day, Capricorns. I'm talking to you if you have Capricorn anywhere in your chart. Not just your sun, moon, rising, or Venus, but anywhere in your birth chart. Hopefully you all had a great full moon. Hopefully we are still, if it is Sunday or Monday where you are, we're still feeling the effects of that full moon energy. So be gentle with yourselves. Full moon can be exhausting. It can be energizing, but it can also be exhausting when you're thinking about certain things that Source really wants you to address or to work on or to purge, those kind of things. So here we have the Hierophant card. Which is attached to Taurus. We also have the 8 of Wands. We also have the Queen of Wands. We also have the 7 of Wands. We also have the Ace of Wands and also the Page of Wands. Lots of fire, 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 fire. Hierophant card is being of a higher mind and innate spiritual understanding of things, right? So somebody may have had interactions with fire energy, right? Or even someone who's on a Taurus that's on a cusp of a fire sign, which we would cusp of an Aries. You could have had interactions with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and so Source is trying to help somebody to gain an understanding by, if you have those signs in your zodiac sign, to tiptoe into that room. That's why I always talk about pulling your birth chart, because while those signs are fire signs and they can get you fired up, motivated, at a high frequency, that may be the fire that you need to motivate yourself to move forward, motivate yourself to take classes, motivate yourself to go back to school, motivate yourself to start the business, motivate instead of being burned out, right? Certainly if you're interacting with an earth, with a Taurus that's on the cusp of Aries or any other fire sign for that matter, you don't want to deal with the bullying, because this is low vibrating for someone's solar plexus chakra that's out of alignment. Solar plexus deals with the element of fire. Someone's solar plexus chakra who is out of alignment looks like bullying, rage, looks like confusion, can cause chronic fatigue, constant confusion, indecision, even low self-esteem by some of the things that's said or done, like somebody is blowtorching you, trying to force you to make some decisions before you even had a chance to process some things. That can happen at work or in your personal or your professional life. So hopefully that makes sense. The more and more you learn more about your own uniqueness as a Capricorn and what sets you apart from other Capricorns, it's going to also help you to know what other signs you may have had difficulty with in the past, what they should look like at their high, or what they could look like at a higher frequency. Remember, these human bodies, it's all a choice. It's how we choose. We're all divine spirits who are having a human experience. And so it's that human experience. What do we choose to do with those experiences? Do we choose to vibrate high? Do we choose to vibrate low? Do we choose to forgive, leave some bridges burn, and decide, hey, I forgive this energy, but I need to go ahead and leave this behind because I'm seeing things from a higher frequency, so that I'm not worn out by certain energy. So when I see you at a higher innate spiritual meaning of things, there may be some fire signs that you've decided to cut off because you know now on your spiritual journey, they have an option to vibrate high when they chose to go low, right? They could have gone high when they've chosen to go low. So that's what I'm seeing for you all. And so somebody's going to feel like a huge weight has been lifted. Remember, don't forget to stay in your light, meaning your purpose, so that that fire, meaning that fire from burning bowls ceremonies that you may have done, also standing out under that sunlight that's also fire, gives you an opportunity to recharge. If you feel like you need to get your solar plexus chakras back in alignment after you dealt with some energies where you felt emotionally drained. It could have been at work. You didn't feel confident. You didn't feel willful. You didn't feel mental clarity. You don't really know where you stand in certain situations. You don't feel like you can levitate. Toss it into a burning bowl, excuse me, and start the process of using essential oils like lemon, peppermint, ginger, black pepper, cardamom is also one, myrrh, pine, and also sage. If you have gemstones like citrine, topaz, this is topaz. These are, both of these are topaz. One is a round stone, one is a smooth, kind of a flat stone. You can also use, I'm sorry, this is tiger's eye, but you all know what topaz looks like. Also, golden calcite, and you can also look up some other ones online. So this is what I'm saying for you all. Like I said, when you're looking at things from a higher, level of spirituality, because again, we're all divine spirits. So even when you think that other people are not evolving in their spirituality, we have no choice but to evolve every single day, right? Have no choice but to evolve. They may not be evolving at the same pace as you are, but Source is saying to you, let me show you something. We have the Magician card. This is attached to Mercury. Mercury is currently retrograde. So you're definitely getting messages about things, right? So let's say, for instance, let's say a Taurus is raised by a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And what if it was a low vibrating energy, right? And that low vibrating energy, again, that would have affected, remember this lunar eclipse, this lunar eclipse dealt with childhood, family, ancestral trauma. Those things could come up. So while you may understand why people are the way that they are, people have either you've been married to, worked with, dated, come in some kind of contact with your universe, it gives you an opportunity to close out cycles in love, regain your fire, so somebody feels like, okay, now I have an innate understanding of things, right? When I sit down, I see myself forgiving these energies, but I still see the bridge being burned. I'm warm spirited if I have to interact with certain energies, but I also know what they look like. It's just draining. Some energies being around them is just draining. They don't even understand what they're doing because nobody's ever told them you're doing too much. You're doing too much. So Source is saying to you, toss out all the bitter taste that things have left in your mouth. If you have to interact with energies, just know when to, pull away from those things. So if it gets to a point, if a person is being kind or gentle, whatever, if they're being warm spirited, maybe they've matured, maybe some things have happened, you can certainly speak. If they're trying to take it to the next level for you, it's like, okay, it could be a little draining. I've interacted with certain people, at that level before. I got burned. I'm gonna need some time. Like there's gonna have to be let's say for instance it's and I'll give you an example. Let's say for instance it's a ex that you have to interact with. Maybe you all have a child together or kids or whatever together, and you have to interact with them because maybe that person is getting married or maybe there's a baby coming or something like that, and you've been burned by them so many times that you would rather just leave the bridge burn and just say, you know what, we can leave it burned to a crisp. I don't even want to but just for the sake of your own evolution, or even some people that you may have worked with in organizations. You may have worked with people in organizations where it's like, okay, I got to work with this energy, but I know now that when I get drained by their energy, I don't have to wait until I see their blowtorch. Even though you're a sign that deals with the physical existence of things, I don't have to wait until I see their blowtorch. If I feel like, okay, my energy is starting to become depleted, or I'm around them and it just seems like I'm being gaslighted, or it seems like there's some confusion, I can back away. That's only if you absolutely have to interact with them. Otherwise, then save yourself. Get as far away from the energies as possible. Source is saying to you, there's a lot of opportunities coming your way. You just have to know, you got to know that those people are not going to go away. People who burn you out easily, who are trying to force you to hurry up and make decisions about things. Source is saying to you, you have a lot of opportunities coming your way, opportunities to travel, meet new people, those kind of things. And so you can save yourself with your emotions. Like I said before, even if it's in a romantic relationship and you felt like, okay, this energy has really burned me out. Remember, this is what you can always count on, Capricorns. Divine feminine signs are highly magnetic, right? So you attract exactly what you tell source you want. If you want new love, even if you're in a relationship with somebody, you feel like I'm just burned out by this, or if it's, certain family members you feel burned out by, all you have to do is ask source, this is what I want coming my way, right? Here we have the Knight of Cups. So you can save yourself from some situations, and also thank God in advance. I'm grateful for ... whatever it is that you want. We have the King of Cups. You're certainly very, very wise. Very wise and very creative. That creativity is going to give you an opportunity to say, before you blow your top and you get that upset, because this is a lot of fire up here, I know I can get on my horse or get in my car or walk or use my legs or, assisted device, whatever, and get as far away from the energies as possible. I'm going to calmly get away from certain energies, right? Calmly get away from certain energies. This right here lets me know that messages could be coming through about certain energies. So you got to remember something. There's a lot of people that are awakening. They're becoming aligned with, the solar and the lunar eclipse help people to get aligned with themselves. And so some people are awakening to their higher selves, but it doesn't take away the sting of what pain they may have caused you in the past. Like I said, only, no matter what, you want to toss out the bitter taste it left in your mouth. But it's only if you have to, absolutely have to interact. If you don't have to interact, that's even better. But if you have to interact, then you're wise enough to know when it's time to exit stage left, because I don't want to burn through my own money. I don't want to burn through the other things that I've attracted to me, like money, love, opportunities, those kind of things. Hopefully that makes sense to somebody. Get your solar plexus chakras back in alignment and stop letting people burn you out with their energy. It'll make you sleepy, worn down, stressed out, angry, all of those things. And you'll take it out on the wrong people. So some of the things you can do aside from the gemstones and crystals that I shared with you are some core strengthening yoga or exercises. You can put together puzzles. You can do some kind of sunbathing. You can take some kind of courageous action. Maybe you like rock climbing. You can do some kind of fire walking, or even like the transformational power questions that I gave to everyone. Like I said before, if you're new, to my channel, and you may say, well, I didn't hear those transformational power questions. I will try to make sure I get those to you again by the end of the reading. So here we have the Empress card, the Fool card, and also the Temperance card. So somebody is definitely at a higher spiritual mind. You're seeing things from a higher frequency. And again, somebody feels optimistic. You feel like a changed person. You feel liberated from something, because again, if I absolutely have to interact with certain energies, because I'm so aligned now that I've gone through this super new me through the solar eclipse, and then now the lunar eclipse that we had on the 5th, and I am able to take it all the way back to my own childhood and my own ancestral and family line, my own traumas. I know exactly when to move on from things, right? So here we have the Temperance card and also the Fool card. So somebody definitely feels like a changed person. They feel liberated. They feel free. You know, you no longer feel like I got to overthink this while I'm in bondage, where I can't even be in creative spaces and I can't even enjoy myself. I feel like I got to sit there with my arms folded. I can't smile. I can't look at people. I just got to be like with a horse with blinders on. If I interact with if I'm in spaces where those people are, because I'm so tense and I'm so, at any moment, my soil is so dry from all of this fire that they plant. In other words, you're no longer going to be manipulated by their energy to a point where it makes you look bad. Here we have the 10 of Cups. So this fire in this water here, and again, somebody has information coming in. So like I said, that Mercury is source is saying, okay, there's information coming in to you about certain energies. And so that Empress card lets me know that somebody's continuing to go through a rebirth, and letting you know in that sensitivity, there could be some kind of interaction with an energy where you feel like, okay, oh boy, here we are. We got to interact with this person in a conference room, or on a call, or whatever the case may be. Again, make sure make sure you're filled up on water. Make sure you've listened to your sacral chakra music, all the things that you do to nurture yourself, to protect your inner child and protect your peace. And thank Source in advance for the wisdom to know what you're dealing with. Some of you all have dealt with some very narcissistic energies in the past that have emotionally drained you, both in your personal life and your professional life. And so because it makes you look like a dry Capricorn, someone who is super serious, can't laugh, can't enjoy yourself, you're tense, you can't even enjoy yourself. None of that. And it also dries up your money. It dries up your personality. It dries up your credibility. All of that because you've allowed somebody to manipulate you in the past and get you that angry, frustrated, and upset. When, like I said before, have your water. If you have to do a call and there's other people on the call, take a few sips of water, take a deep breath, just answer the questions directly. And just, if there's questions or an interaction about work alone, and that's it. And that's it. If it's somebody that you were connected to romantically, like family members or whatever, again, hello, goodbye. You can be cordial and just head on to the other side of the room. You weren't being rude. You just weren't engaging that energy. Because again, when you're dealing with very manipulative energy, they want to see if they can get you upset and then play, oh, this person has a bad attitude. They like these games. So again, protect your energy. Here we have the 8 of Wands. Here we have the Death card, the Devil card, the Knight of Swords. We also have the 4 of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. Because this is how people see you. People see you as, including the narcissist, they see you as a person who's an asset to their lives, right? But don't let somebody knock you off of your throne because they get you all fired up, upset, and mad. You messing up your home life. You messing up your romantic relationships. You're messing up your friendships. Like, you're messing up things that's important to you because you're interacting with somebody at work or in your home life that is a master manipulator, and they got you all fired up, angry, and frustrated. So now you're taking that out on everybody. Here we have the Death card. Again, this is a rebirth. The old you would have felt foolish. The old you would have felt like this. I feel foolish. I feel, I feel like I made major mistakes. Like when you think about the energies that you've interacted with in the past, and they have gotten you all fired up. You may have said or did something, and then later on you said, I wish I had a do-over. Okay. Now you're wise enough that if you have to interact with these energies again, you went through the solar eclipse, the lunar eclipse, right? Plus Pluto is retrograde, Mercury is retrograde. All of these things are actually working in your favor, right? You already know that energies are unhealthy and also toxic, and they are also wounded, right? So why would you allow that in your ear gate or eye gate? If you absolutely have to, I'm so filled with water, fresh water from source, that my water is protected. I'm not giving any emotion to it at all, none whatsoever. Hello and goodbye, and I'm going across the other side of the room. Here we have the Devil card. So the Devil is definitely trying to. This is going to be a major test for somebody because, excuse me, the enemy is definitely going to try someone to see if they have learned how to put their demons under submission. and that's how you will pass the test. So if it's something else that you're looking for, like if you're interacting with people at work and you want a new job, sources like it's out there waiting for you. Use your fire wisely, right? Don't use your fire to let people burn you out, drain you, frustrate you, or whatever. If it's have to do with your personal life, whether it's your love life or friendships or whatever, and you feel like you need to close out some cycles or leave some bridges burned, don't use your fire talking about it to everybody who's going to listen, burning yourself out, exhausting yourself, acting confused. Oh my God, I don't know what happened. Sources like use your fire to go ahead and leave some bridges burned and toss it into a burning bowl so that you can move forward and start to put together a list of what you would say what you want in your universe. Remember your highly magnetic sign. Here we have the Two of Cups. I do see soulmate energy coming across somebody's path if that's what they want. Soulmate could just be a good friend, someone who is just kind of helping you on this journey to stay balanced. Right? We have a healthy balance of fire and water here. So you are motivated to drink your water, stay in a posture of gratitude for whatever it is you want. If you want a new job, thanking God in advance. Thank you for the job. You know, I see myself in this kind of job, working with these types of people. Or if you're looking for a new love interest, I see myself dating or marrying this type of person. But you got to close out one cycle in order to be, ready to receive your new energy. So I do see somebody meeting their soulmate. I do see somebody settling down. The first person to save you is source, right? So you're not looking for a person to save you like, oh my God, let me tell you about this person. They're toxic, they're this and this. Oh yeah, okay. I believe the same thing. Again, you're giving life to it when you're going to another person looking for them to tell you what God has already told you, right? So here we have the Eight of Wands. Things are going to happen rather quickly for you. Eight of Wands came out twice, both in your personal and your professional life. So again, whatever it is that you want, if you want a new business, if you want to meet love, whatever it is, if you want to travel, it's going to happen for you very fast. So again, you already know what you're dealing with. You don't have to sit around and overthink it. Here we have the Four of Cups. You don't have to necessarily ruminate over it. All you have to do is put fire up under yourself, meaning motivate yourself, inspire yourself to move on. Here we have the Knight of Swords, and stay as far away from overthinking it as possible. As far away. The sooner you take action, the better. A lot of times people will sit around and wait for other people to tell them what God has told you 15,000 times. Like God already told you, leave that job, leave that relationship, leave that ex on the other side of the room, walk away from this, just get as far away from the energy as possible. Somebody's just still standing there, still waiting for something else to happen. When source is like, all you have to do is ask me. You're a magnetic sign. I'll give you whatever you want. Just be very specific. Be very, very specific. All right, so here are your questions. Here are your questions. Like I said before, we're coming up on the last quarter moon phase. Last quarter moon phase kicks off on the 12th of the month. So here's some questions you can ask yourselves during this week. Again, Pluto and Mercury are they're still retrograde. I want to say that Mercury is retrograde until next Monday, I believe. I need to double check. I believe it's until next Monday. The Mercury goes station direct, and then it goes into post Mercury retrograde. So you'll still be to some degree feeling the effects of Mercury retrograde. It may not be as strong as it is right now from the 15th through the 31st, but you'll still be feeling the effects as this post. But Pluto will be retrograde until October 10th. That's why I mentioned go back and watch that video as often as you need to understand how powerful Pluto is. All right, so the last quarter moon phase in Aquarius, when we think about last quarter moon phase is like finishing strong. I'm going to close out this cycle strong. I had a full moon in Scorpio. It was a lunar eclipse. I allowed myself to receive messages about childhood, family, ancestral trauma. I know now that what's going to keep me in alignment, right? My sun, moon, and earth, like what's going to keep me aligned. All right, I'm committed to purging all the unhealthy emotions and feelings, even if they're attached to people, places, and things. I'm going to purge all of those things, right? So this week, here's some questions you can ask yourselves. So a moon in Aquarius detaches us from the everyday. It distances us from the known reality and really just makes us spread our wings and open up our minds to bigger cosmic picture. You and Aquarius actually share Saturn, but Aquarius is also ruled by Uranus. Uranus is the seventh planet from the sun. The number seven, you've heard people say it's the God number, but it connects things that you know and things that you don't know. It connects the dark and the light, the good and the bad, the seen, unseen, known, unknown, right? It connects all those dots for you. You just have to be in receiving mode. So I do see somebody, in this Seven of Wands, creating some kind of a routine where you are visualizing the power of visualization, visualizing yourself having the type of life where you are completely aligned and knowing exactly when to take action when you feel like you're about to start sweating, because we have a lot of water here, where you start to get emotionally drained, where you feel emotionally dehydrated, like, I'm about to snap, or I'm so super serious I can't even laugh, I'm so tense. Somebody's going to know exactly when to exit stage left, right? So here's some questions for you. First question is, what can you do to use your passion for serving on a large scale? The second question, Capricorn, is, are you creating space for yourself to connect with your inner alchemist and innovator? The third question is, are you ready to think outside the box and delete old beliefs and rules to write your own? The fourth question is using technology a drain or gain for you, right? And then last but not least is, are you ready to start a group in your community to initiate and create positive change on a local or global scale? And what could the focus be? Aquarius is a divine masculine sign. It's a fixed sign. Uranus is a generational planet like Pluto. Pluto is one of Scorpio's ruling planets. And so Uranus brings change into our lives, like new situations and new people. So when you're asking Source for a new job, new love, new such and such, you're going to also have to in tarot, Aquarius being an air sign is sword energy. You're going to have to know when to cut certain conversations off, when to cut certain people out of your life, when to close out cycles, and just like I said, trim back all of the excess distractions. You're going to have to be able to use your sword wisely. So hopefully that makes sense to somebody, and hopefully those questions will help you during the week. We also have the Eight of Swords coming out twice. Eight of Swords coming out twice. So there could be two situations that really could have gotten under your skin, two very manipulative situations that could have gotten under your skin. Like I said, that could stress you out and sort of keep you in some kind of mental bondage. You got to be laser focused. See how these two people have on blindfolds? We also, let's look at the Nine of Swords also. Nine of Swords, the High Priestess, the Ten of Cups, the Hermit card. See how all of these people have like covers over their eyes, right? So this is really about staying laser focused on your purpose. Like, why are you here on earth, right? What are you here for, right? I'm laser focused. The number 8 is the money exchange number. So it's not just about paper and coins money. It's also about being secure, stable, mentally and physically secure, stable. It's also about your loyalty to your purpose. It's also about knowing your purpose is vital to your success, right? Remember, people already see you as this. I'm talking to men and women. Capricorns, the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is like Mother Earth energy, right? Don't get caught up in Queen, King, whatever right now. The Queen of Pentacles is, I understand. The Queen of Pentacles is more or less, as it relates to your reading, is that these master manipulators who have upset you in the past, they see you on the throne. They see you as vital to their success as well, whether it's vital to their success because you gave birth to somebody's child and they see you as, okay, you're never going anyway, so we gotta pretend to be nice to Capricorn. Or they see you as vital to their success in their company, so we don't want to lose them because they actually make our company look good. You have to be able to outsmart that though, right? Again, listening to how you feel. Do you have heart palpitations? Are you stressed out? Are you starting to sweat? Do you feel sick to your stomach? Pay attention, since you all deal with the physical existence of things. How does your body physically feel around certain things? Take those blindfolds off. You don't have to overthink this, right? It doesn't have to be a nightmare. Matter of fact, when you take action, when you have to interact with certain people and you're like, oh my God, I feel sick to my stomach, and how come so and so, you don't have to get mad because people didn't tell you that certain people were coming to an event or going to be somewhere. You just have to say, okay, I need to get to the other side of the room. Just like you're not going to be angry with your manager for saying, oh, we're having a surprise meeting or whatever. We having a impromptu meeting, okay? And then, oh shoot, I gotta see so and so on the call, or I gotta see them in whatever Teams or FaceTime or whatever, video chat or whatever. Okay, let me have my water with me. Let me make sure I do very minimal interaction. It's just like I said, if it's a personal level, it's a hello and goodbye. And that's it. No, I don't have time to stand around. None of that. Nope, we can't hang out afterwards. No. Let whomever think whatever. Work is just all about work, right? So that you don't have to feel manipulated or have to, feel like you were set up or, you were surprised or shocked. You already have enough information dealing with certain people or what you're dealing with, right? Again, yeah, true. Some energies were a nightmare for sure, in your life. You weren't going crazy. You weren't losing your mind. It was a nightmare, right? But guess what? The Hermit card reminds you can do without it. You can do without them and their manipulation and drama, the lying, the games, and all of that. High Priestess energy. A lot of you all are highly spiritually gifted. You have the spirit of discernment, clairvoyant, clairsentient, clairaudience, claircognizance, also psychic, energy. You already know what's to come, right? But guess what? Here we go again. 10 of Cups. You're protecting your inner child, right? You're protecting your peace. You're protecting your harmony, right? And so here we have the King of Cups twice. You're very, very wise about this. Two energies in particular. You're very, very wise about the energies, just how manipulative and all of that. Here we have the Knight of Swords. Like I said, you can save yourself by getting as far away from the nightmare as humanly possible. Hopefully that makes sense to somebody. Hopefully that makes sense to you. So whoever the two energies are, if you're not 100% certain, guess what? Go straight to Source. Source, who are the two energies? Who are the two energies? You may know who one of them is. But Source is saying to you, move on. Move on. You already know what you're dealing with. You already know what you're dealing with. You already know what you're dealing with. So... 9 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, Princess of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, and Queen of Swords. Yes. Queen of Swords, Queen of Swords. Just like I said, Queen of Pentacles, you're still sitting on your throne. Very, very powerful position. Very smart. You're a person who will use your sword whenever you need to. You're smart enough to know I'm not stepping down off of my throne to address foolishness, right? I'm not stepping down off of my throne to get caught up in some kind of manipulative whatever, right? Because there's too much wealth at stake here. Here we have the 2 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles. You've already planted seeds to grow your money. You already know what you may have to interact with. We have the 4 of Pentacles. You're not overthinking this. You're not giving a whole lot of time to it. Like I said before, if you have to interact with certain energies, if you absolutely have to interact with certain energies, because may not even be the case, but just the thought of it, you can already think God is already giving somebody some foreknowledge of who you may have to interact with. Now that you have the foreknowledge, I can already start the burning bowl process. I can already start the thanking Source in advance. I can see myself walking away from something. I can see myself handling a situation in a very professional way, right? I can be conservative with my time. So you got to keep something in mind too when you're thinking about legacy, when you're thinking about like family situations. This is family situation, and also, like I said before, you don't want to mess up your family situation. It could just be you and your kids, and you have to interact with an ex. It could be you and your spouse and your kids, and you got to interact with somebody at work who's just setting you up, making you upset. Whatever it is, you've already dealt with it before, and Source is saying if Source brings it to your attention, That's the test. That is the test. Do not step down off of your throne. The Nine of Pentacles is financial independence. There's a lot of wealth coming your way. A lot of wealth coming your way. And so everything is perfectly aligned for you. Sources, like, you just got to know when to move on from something, like when to physically take some kind of action to get as far away from master manipulators as you possibly can. Divine abundance. That's right. So you were born to align with love's will. Follow love and serve something beyond the ego. Learn to be abundance, not chase it. Right? Learn to be abundance, not chase it. Yeah. Some energy want to be in your presence because, again, of how people see you. They want to be in your presence. You don't know if they're watching you on social media. You don't know if somebody brought your name up and your name is in rooms that your feet haven't even stepped into yet. People want to be in your presence. They want to see you. They want to take pictures with you. That's queen energy. And I'm talking to men and women. They want to be in your presence. And so, again, for you, you already know what you've dealt with. And again, for some of you all, it can be both sides of your family that you're saying, okay, I got to be strategic with this, right? So make an altar. Make an altar. 16 reduces to 7. Like I said before, Uranus is the 7th planet from the sun. That number 7, God is going to give you the strength that you need to speak to an ancestor, to thank an ancestor, source, universe, all in advance for making sure everything goes smoothly. That everything goes smoothly, okay? For making sure everything goes smoothly. All right. Let's see what else we have here. 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 Believe in the impossible. Believe in the impossible. Like I said, you got a lot of opportunities coming your way. Believe in the impossible. Believe that source is making some things happen for you. And so you don't have to stress yourself out over situations. Again, if something comes up in your spirit and you feel sick to your stomach, or you feel lightheaded and dizzy, or you've been sweating a lot, if there's an event or something coming up and it's been making you nervous about some things, again, like I said, you can create an altar to a loved one, but on your cell phone if you want to. Doesn't always have to be formal, where you're talking to, your ancestors and just, thanking them for advance for just kind of standing there. But it is the best option. Yeah, it is the best option. You definitely have the universe on your side. You definitely have source on your side that's going to help you with this, process. If you're looking for a new job, if you're trying to move on from a romantic relationship, if you have to come in contact with, an ex, or have to come in contact with family members that don't get along with each other. Again, you've had enough practice runs. That's the great thing about tests. If you study and you learn the lesson, then you can go on to the next. But if you are still stuck in that and you haven't asked God for help, God help me, I didn't get the lesson, I wasn't sure what that was, then everything is going to feel like a pop quiz. Oh my God, okay, I wasn't prepared for that. Same thing when you were in school. When you studied, you weren't even tripping. Teacher said, okay, we got a test today. All right, well, go ahead and pass. Just where is it? I'm waiting for the test, right? So here we have 29. I am insightful. You are highly intuitive and creative. Your mind thinks in pictures, and you seem to draw information and ideas from out of the sky. A powerful drive to know the oneness of all things. Yep, and So thanks Source in advance for passing any test. Thanks Source in advance for passing any test. And if it's two sides of your family having to get together, since we got the 10 of Cups here, don't just wait for something to happen. Take preventive measures. If you know that there's a lot of static or people don't get along with each other, create some kind of altar. Thank Source in advance that it's successful, that I won't be stressful, that I won't be stressed out. Don't wait for something big to blow up when people are handcuffs and like, oh my God, I had no idea this was going to happen. I wish everybody would just get along. And now you're embarrassed, and people are looking at you like, what in the world is going on? So there's definitely things that you can take. So again, plant seeds, only the seeds that you want to grow. If you're planting seeds that everybody is going to be cool as a breeze, that things will be wonderful, then everybody will be cordial. Then speak that into existence. Speak it into existence. Speak it into existence. Beauty. Affirmations for beauty. I am a masterpiece. I honor my inner beauty. I am one of a kind. I am beautiful as I am. True beauty starts from within. Each part of me is essential for the current moment. And if you have to interact with people, thank God in advance. Everybody is cool as a breeze. Everything is going to flow the way it's supposed to flow. Like, start speaking things into existence. That's what Source wants from you all. That's what I have for you. Again, happy Sunday. Again, these are the questions that I gave you are in preparation for this last quarter moon phase in Aquarius. Remember, you're going to finish strong. You're going to close out this cycle strong. You've already been able to identify, family, childhood, ancestral traumas, and so you're working on those things, purging those emotions, those unhealthy emotions and feelings. And so let Source just take you through that entire process. And so you can finish out this cycle strong and continue on with the next cycle, the next cycle, the next cycle, the next cycle, so until everything is purged and you feel like you hit a major reset. So remember, Pluto is retrograde until October 10th. So there's time. There's time. That's what I have for you. And I'll see you on Monday. Bye.